What's up, everyone? John here. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, we're talking about the continuing downfall of Disney Star Wars and the uprise of independent cinema. And I absolutely love it. I love it. But The Mandalorian and Grogu drops 72% in its second weekend as box office bomb fears grow for Disney's Star Wars movie. Get this, amid the total weekend domination of Backrooms, which did about $90 million, and Obsession, $30 million, there's been a little reported freefall of Mandalorian and Grogu, which is eyeing a $23 million second weekend. That's a 72% drop. Ouch. That's gonna hurt. That is something that Disney is gonna feel. Oh, man. Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Disney Star Wars? How they took something that should have been a cash cow or a goose that continually laid golden eggs, and they killed it. They somehow killed it. Shout out to the young directors, the young, vibrant people making movies like Backrooms and Obsession, because we need more of that. And as I've talked about before, I do think that there is a changing going on in the film industry, in Hollywood. I think the Hollywood model is just dying off. We're transitioning into something different. Now, the fact that films like Backrooms and like Obsession can succeed wonderfully on such low budgets, that is promising. That means that it's very possible that theaters can stay open. And if we can get more of these independent releases in theaters, I just think there's a possibility, there's a chance that theaters could continue on. But what we can't have happen, and what movie studios cannot sustain, is something like The Mandalorian. It's a whale. It's a whale that has been beached. You know, it's a beached whale. $165 million budget. It's got to make around $500 million just to recoup, just to break even. Meanwhile, Obsession, with a budget of $750,000 to $1 million, has already 100x'd its budget, which of course means that that studio now can produce and take more risks on hopefully very creative, low budget fare similar to Obsession. Same with Backrooms, which doesn't have an incredibly terribly high budget like The Mandalorian and Grogu. A24, or I know A24 is the distributor, but they also, of course, will take a piece of that pie, but they can take more risks. And that's the model we need right now, is lower budget films, high concept, creative, lower budget stuff. That is new, it is fresh, and that has the potential to do these kind of numbers. So I'm hopeful. I am surprisingly hopeful about the idea that, you know what, maybe this is a renaissance. Maybe this could lead to a renaissance. And if these studios start changing their thinking, they can actually start making money. Because darn well, Disney, what are they going to make from Mandalorian and Grogu? They spend $165 million. Their marketing budget, was high as well. And then the theaters get the cut, so they got to hit about $500 million to break even. What are they getting? What are they making when everything is said and done? For a while, I'm thinking streaming is going to take over theaters. I'm thinking streaming is eventually going to take over. Theaters will be this rare thing, kind of like the drive-ins became a very rare thing. And some of you watching, you might not even know what a drive-in theater is, but those were, of course, where you go, you park your car, and you watch a movie outside, and that was a whole thing. If these studios do learn from what A24 has done, what Obsession has been able to do, I think there's a chance. I think there's a shot that we could see a resurgence in the box office in terms of people actually excited about going to see movies again. All right, I'm wrapping this up. Let me know your thoughts in that comment section below. I want to thank you for watching the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.